I also like that one episode. I actually watched it recently when they can't find Amanda and they found her in your mouth.
Yeah, I remember that one.
You don't remember that one? That one was funny.
There's so many. You know, what's crazy is there's really that many. Like, and again, I told you I watch the show occasionally, and I'm like, I don't even remember shooting that, and then I see it, and I'm like, wow, that's right. Now I remember, and we had fun doing all those sketches.
Was there one in particular though for you that you do remember, if for no other reason than it was just heck to do, and it just seemed like it took forever, and you weren't sure if it was gonna turn out right, and it ended up being okay, or anything like that?
There were a couple really long sketches. Like I remember, you know, the sketches that were really heavy in makeup. You know what I mean? They always seemed a lot longer when you were, like I loved doing Bernie Kibitz, the old Jewish guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved that character, but it was probably an hour of makeup in and an hour of makeup out, maybe even longer. And so, you know, believe it or not, those prosthetic pieces and all that makeup is really not that comfortable. So I remember those being really long days. And then I remember we did a sketch called The Wizard of Cause. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, when you were dressed up like the frog.
Yeah, that sketch, literally, we shot the entire sketch, and it took us I think it might have even taken a day and a half. It took us a day or almost a day and a half to shoot the whole thing. And that thing was like, it seemed like it would never, ever, ever end. But even though the makeup sketches are harder, to me, they're also the most fun, because when you get in all that stuff, you really can become that character for X amount of hours, and obviously they look great. We had these amazing, talented makeup artists and hair people that were always making us look good, and it really makes you respect, like, the movies like, you know, Nutty Professor, where Eddie Murphy is doing all those different characters and all that different makeup. Yeah. He's got to be in it all day, so it makes you really respect those actors that spend 13, 14-hour days in those prosthetic pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Speaking of the makeup, were the Earboy ears as heavy as they looked? Like, they look to me like they would absolutely kill you.
No, they're heavy, but they're not. I mean, guys, it was a foam. It was like a foam latex piece. So I mean, again, after 6 hours, sure, you wanted to take them off. They weren't that. They weren't that bad. They weren't that bad, and everybody loves Earboy.
Oh, yeah.
I have a quick question. How was it like moving from the Nickelodeon Studios in Florida to the Sunset, the Hollywood in California for moving?
I mean, I think we love being in Orlando, but for us, it was like the show had kind of arrived. It was a big deal for us to be in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of sad because, like, the time I went to Universal Studios, it was 2005, and it was like 6 months after they shut it down, so I was sad I never got to see it.
I thought it closed in 2006.
It was a lot of fun going back to Nickelodeon Studios back in the day. But yeah, we were excited to be in Hollywood and California, and you know, again, I can't speak for everyone else, but I know that it was a big deal for me to have the show moved out there. And you know, we did another 4 or 5 seasons. Well, I did 4 seasons out in Los Angeles, and I still live in California to this day. So you know, yeah. I never left.
So I sent you a tweet a while ago of our friend Gabe's medley of Nickelodeon songs. What did you think of that?
I think I replied back that I thought it was awesome. I told everyone, I retweeted and wanted everyone to see it.
But we're gonna take a quick break and play the track, but we'll be back with more questions for Josh after this.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.
And back to the first half. Gonna play the song, and then the final part is after that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. We are back on your radio. That was Gabe, our friend Gabe. He's an awesome dude. You you all can agree. Well, Veronica and Ryan can, and Josh can too. But him, that's just great. But anyway, we're back with more Josh. So, that sounds so weird. But,
Yeah, it's more Josh. It's just more Josh.
Yeah, no big deal, right?
yeah, so I've got a couple more questions for you. Actually, a lot more, if you don't mind.
How many more?
I don't know.
Oh.
We've got 150 more questions for you.
For you. But, okay. So let's kick it off. So, a lot of people don't know this answer who I've talked to from the All That cast. Maybe you know. Who's the voice guy for all that in the beginning and the end?
You know what? I think it was one of our original guys in Orlando that I think he was one of our like warm-up guys. He did a lot. I cannot remember his name, unfortunately, and that sounds really bad, and I'm sorry about that.
Cal had no idea. He was like,
Yeah,
No one seems to be able to remember his name.
Yeah, well, he's awesome, clearly, because he's on every single episode of all that.
Right. Yeah. It's funny because...
But I remember him working on the show in Orlando, and I think, like I said, he was either one of the comedians or warm-up guys who did a lot of the audience stuff. But you know what? I don't know exactly the answer to that question. Sorry.
like, Katrina doesn't even know, Cal doesn't even know. So, maybe if we get Kevin, we'll shed some light on the subject. But,
yeah, or maybe if by some chance he's hearing the show, maybe just send a tweet to the DJ Bob Show Twitter or the Josh Server Twitter, somebody's Twitter, and say,
There you go. We're trying to find the missing voice, the guy to the missing voice.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he was one of those iconic parts of the show just as much as the cast members were. And I always said that if you guys ever decide to do a reunion, like if we're lucky enough to have that happen, that it would be an awesome thing to like hold a contest to see who as a fan, got to be the one to actually say the line, fresh out the box, stop, look, and watch, instead of the voice guy to actually have a fan that grew up watching the show actually be able to.
That's a really good idea.
I want part.
Yeah.
You want the part?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we all would, but that's why I said, have a contest, because then the cast could decide who they want to pick, and it wouldn't be like playing favorites or whatever.
yeah, they should have did that for the 10th anniversary special. Speaking of that, how was that for you? How was that 10th anniversary special?
The 10th anniversary special was a blast. Again, and I said the same thing about Kamikaze. Like, you don't really know what to expect. But it was a lot of fun. Like, the 10th anniversary was the old cast and the new cast coming together in one big show. A lot of old faces, a lot of old friends, a lot of people that still worked on the show, crew members, and then we got to do a lot of our old characters, which I think a lot of people really liked. They brought a lot of kids to be out in the audience, and I just remember having a lot of fun. I remember I was really glad that I did it.
Sorry guys, had some technical difficulties. My Wi-Fi went out, so I had to reset it. So, sorry about that.
My favorite part of the 10th anniversary special was when Coach Creighton and it was, I think her name was Chelsea, I was probably wrong, but his girlfriend or wife, and then...
No, you're right. Her name's Chelsea. The
Okay.
actress's name is Chelsea.
Okay, and then Keenan comes in as the principal, and all that, and then Detective Dan comes because the burglar comes and steals the ring, and then
everybody was in one sketch.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was funny. Sugar and coffee.
yeah. Yeah.
It was a crazy sketch. I remember that. That was a lot of fun.
May I ask, who was your favorite musical guest that was on all that, like, that ever guest starred? Or guest sung?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I don't know. Favorite-wise, again, like you said earlier, Aaliyah, having her on the show before she passed on was amazing. I was a big, Tribe Called Quest fan, so I liked having them on. And then we had amazing, it's funny, I liked hip-hop and R&B, a little bit before all that, but then I really, truly became, a fan of it while being there, because every week you got, the new kind of fresh, hot artists at the time. And, I remember we met everyone. Anyone from, the Spice Girls to LL Cool J to, more hardcore rappers versus, soft kind of sing-songy R&B groups. Usher was on the show. TLC did our intro, obviously, and so I feel like that the music was a huge part of the culture that we had.
My personal favorite was Joey McIntyre when he said "Stay the same." That was my favorite one.
Well, there you go.
Mine was NSYNC. Bye.
Yeah, NSYNC was good.
NSYNC was on. Backstreet Boys was on. These were, and that was a testament to the show back then. We were getting huge musical acts to be on our show, which was crazy. If you think about it, it was kind of crazy.
Well, yeah, that's the most frustrating thing to me as a fan is I know it probably has a lot to do with copyright and things of that nature, which is why it is the way it is, but the 90s are all that reruns of the show. The musical acts are cut out.
Yeah, every single episode had one.
Feel like the same show in some ways.
May I ask, how did the Big Ear of Corn get started?
You know what? I don't remember how it got started. I just remember it being a part of so many shows.
Yeah, the Big Ear of Corn was epic.
Right?
Yeah. It looks so fluffy.
Yeah, go Big Ear of Corn. I wonder if the Big Ear of Corn has a Twitter.
I know. I want to know where it is now.
Hashtag Big Ear of Corn.
There you go. Exactly.
You're out there, you never respond.
I'm sorry, I don't want to damper anything, but part 1 didn't end up recording.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, the entire part 1?
Yeah, the whole thing.
I recorded the whole thing.
It said it was recording, but it didn't.
I recorded the whole entire conversation so far. If that helps.
Part 2 ain't recording, take 5, but part 1.
Oh man, without part 1, how are we gonna understand part 2?
I could try to upload it to YouTube.
Like the interview with me if part 1's not there. What are we gonna do, guys?
I got the whole conversation on video.
No. Really? Okay,
Yes.
Well, that's a plus. You guys will have to put all your heads together because everyone's so good at the computer machines nowadays.
Of course we
But
did.
I didn't want to say anything to break up the flow, but
Yeah. Well, that's really unfortunate because it is supposed to be on our radio affiliate, so I don't know what we're going to do now about that. I guess we'll just have to ask Josh if he has another time where he might be available to come back and we can try it again and make sure everything works.
Sure, guys. Yeah, I know that I can't do it this evening. We can't reshoot the whole other part 1 now, but if you guys want, we can figure out another time and we can redo the part 1 if you guys are still having technical difficulties.
I blame the recorder for this.
Yeah, because it always seems to happen to yours, which is why I asked if you want me to host the call, but, it can happen to anybody. It could happen to me, too. I've lost recordings in the past, too. Technology is wonderful, but it's such a pain in the butt when it doesn't work right.
Yeah.
It really is.
Well said.
So I was asking, what are you auditioning for through your tweets and stuff?